This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Note: a new driveshaft retaining nut and bolts will be required on refitting. Chock the front wheels. Remove the wheel trim / hubcap as applicable, and slacken the driveshaft retaining nut with the car resting on its wheels. Also slacken the wheel bolts. Jack up the rear of the car and support it on axle stands. Remove the rear road wheel. If the left-hand driveshaft is to be removed, remove the exhaust system tailpipe to improve access. This involves removing the exhaust flange fasteners and clamp bolts fastening the tailpipe to the vehicle underside. Apply penetrating fluid to the fasteners to be removed. Support the tailpipe, disconnect it from the rubber mountings, and remove it from the underside of the vehicle. Unscrew and remove the driveshaft nut. Discard the nut. A new one must be fitted. Make alignment marks. Then slacken and remove the Torx bolts securing the driveshaft constant velocity joint to the final drive unit, and recover the retaining plates where fitted. Discard the Torx bolts. New ones must be fitted. Position the driveshaft clear of the flange and tie it to the vehicle underbody using a piece of wire. Do not allow the driveshaft to hang under its own weight, as the constant velocity joint may be damaged. Withdraw the driveshaft outer constant velocity joint from the hub assembly. The outer joint will be very tight. Tap the joint out of the hub using a soft face mallet. If this fails to free it from the hub, the joint will have to be pressed out using a suitable tool bolted to the hub. Remove the driveshaft from underneath the vehicle. Fit the driveshaft outer CV joint into the wheel bearing. Then insert the inner CV joint into the final drive unit. If the old driveshaft is being refitted, align the marks drawn previously. If fitting a new driveshaft, compare the marks made on the old driveshaft and orientate the new driveshaft in the same direction as the old one was fitted in the final drive unit. Fit the retaining plates in their proper locations on the inner CV joint, then fit the new Torx bolts securing the driveshaft to the final drive unit. Tighten the bolts to the specified torque as follows. For size M8 bolts, tighten to 52 Nm. For size M10 bolts, tighten to 70 Nm. For size M12 bolts, tighten to 120 Nm. Before fitting a new driveshaft nut, lubricate the nut to wheel bearing contact area with multi-purpose grease. Do not oil the threads. Fit the new nut and tighten it securely, but delay tightening it to the specified torque until the vehicle is resting on its road wheels. Refit the exhaust system tailpipe if it was removed. Secure the necessary rubber mountings to the tailpipe and clamp fasteners. Renew any old exhaust gaskets and tighten the flange and clamp fasteners securely. Refit the relevant rear road wheel. Lower the car to the ground tighten the road wheel bolts to 120 Newton meters. Tighten the driveshaft outer nut as follows. For size M24 nuts, tighten to 250 Newton meters. For size M27 nuts, tighten to 300 Newton meters. Once tightened, use a hammer and punch to stake the nut. Refit the wheel trim or hubcap as applicable.